Hey guys, welcome to our new Yu-Gi-Oh channel, The Standby Phase. I'm Jared.
I'm Aaron.
This is our new show that we've come out with. We want to focus everything Yu-Gi-Oh related. We want to talk meta-analysis. We want to go over full set spoilers, reviews of all the new cards that get announced. This will just be a new intro video for us. So I just wanted to go over ourselves and discuss anything that we want to go over with the channel.
Yeah, so the reason we're doing this it's going to be like a podcast. There's not a whole lot of really good Yu-Gi-Oh content out there. We've got a few good YouTubers, but there just really isn't, a podcast type show, and that's what we both like. So that's why we're doing this.
So we've been the typical casual players, and we've taken the next step to our locals. I've actually topped locals undefeated now. So with my personal goal is I want to take it to a regional. I topped with Zombie World Eldritch, actually, undefeated. My main decks that I play are Dragon Link. Thanks, Bandlist, for that one. So right now I'm having a lot of fun with Zombie World Eldritch. Drytron is what I'm actually probably going to take to the next regionals that comes around. What about you, Aaron?
Well, I would just like to be able to top locals in general. I run a lot of rogue decks. I don't really feel like putting a lot of money into it a lot of the time. So I'm usually not winning more than one of my games, if any. I'd like to go to regionals, but it's highly unlikely unless I put some more money into it.
Yeah, there's also a third member that couldn't be with us today. My goal is to get him into a regionals. Me and Cody have always been the lifelong fans. We grew up watching the show, and Aaron, you're actually new to Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. You started with the card game.
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, a mutual friend of ours invited me to one of their game nights. Never played the game in my life, never watched the show, and then fell in love with it after that. But yeah, hopefully our other buddy, Cody, he doesn't really like to get out of the house much, so getting him to locals is kind of difficult. But hopefully we're going to change that.
So we need some advice. How do we get our friend more into Yu-Gi-Oh?
Exactly. So comment below.
and me and him are Yu-Gi boomers. I mean, literally the first season of the show when it came out in the 90s, that's when me and him were watching it, and we used to hang out and watch it. Saturday morning cartoons. We were that young.
Yeah.
I feel old now that I say that out loud, of course. But anyway, so that's our goals. I want to do, when we get the podcast on a full show, I want to do full set, card by card spoilers of each set. So the next one will actually be Dawn of Majesty. And it looks like they've gotten most of the set out so far. They have not announced the rarities or anything yet. So I think we're going to wait just a little bit longer before we actually dive into that set. Of course, then we have the Megatens coming up in September, Brothers of Legends in October, along with the structure deck Cyber Style. So our resident Cyber Dragon player over here is excited about that. My personal favorite thing that I'm looking forward to is Burst of Destiny, obviously, with being the Dragon Link player that I am. And then, of course, as each cards are getting announced, we'll make new videos of our live reactions to each one of those. So that being said, I want to give a quick meta breakdown. We had the remote duel YCS with almost 1,800 players. At our personal locals, I think is actually a pretty good reflection of this as well.
Yeah.
The top 32 cut had 1,800 players in it. I'm sorry. It had 13 Tri-Brigade players in it alone, which we see a lot of.
Yeah, different variants. At our locals, we see mostly Zodiac Tri-Brigade, but that's kind of changed now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more of a pure Tri-Brigade.
Yeah.
I think that's the deck to beat. I mean, I obviously love Drytron, and I personally think that's the best deck in my opinion, but just from sheer numbers, I think we're going to see, I think Tri-Brigade is the deck to beat here.
Yeah, I mean, both of them, I think it just depends, your location as far as locals go, but both of those are two top contenders right now.
We have 4 players playing Virtual World. I actually like that deck a lot too. I don't play it. It can be pretty bricky, to be honest with you, but if you're not careful, it can walk all over you too. I personally think Salamangreat is actually better than Virtual World, just one out of consistency. You can make access code talker with 2 cards pretty easily and just finish her off from there. We had 1 Prank Kids. Honestly, I'm not really worried about Prank Kids. I've played it a lot. It's pretty easily stopped if you know what you're doing. I guess that's the main thing, is if you don't know what the cards do. And it's just a 1-card combo starter. So if you're playing a lot of Sky Striker or whatever deck you're playing that can play a lot of hand traps, you can probably stop Prank Kids from doing anything.
Yeah.
Dragon Link, there was 1 that topped in the 32.
Jared likes to call it best deck.
It was the best deck. It's not anymore.
Yeah, he was very salty after that last ban list for a while. I think he still is.
Konami's not good to me on ban lists. I was a Thunder Dragon player too. That didn't
we'll
work out for very long. Even before the ban list, I think Drytron was better than Dragon Link anyways. Combo decks to beat, it's definitely Drytron. Dragon Link is not in the conversation anymore. It's still good if it goes uninterrupted. They're going to put up a strong board, but if you open a hand going second and you've got 2 or 3 hand traps in it, you will win that round. You will stop them from doing anything.
So, that being said, where do we think this is going to go in the future? Like, how do you think this is going to shift? We're going to see less Tri-Brigade, more Drytron? What are you thinking?
I think it's probably going to remain Tri-Brigade more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we're going to run into plenty of Drytron more than anything. Those are the top 2. With our locals, we see a lot of Salamangreat there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So just from, pure price and power, I think Salamangreat is going to be up there. It's going to be the top 4 or 5 decks to beat for sure.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That's the thing, is we've got... So as far as, the overall of all the decks that were at the event, you've got, a good chunk of them were Salamangreat, but you didn't have very many tops. Why do you think that is? Like, why would Salamangreat not be able to get over Tri-Brigade at all?
Well, we know how to beat Salamangreat. That deck's been around for a while. It's pretty much the jack of all trades but master of none, so it has a problem closing out games. It has to rely on an access code talker to do that. If you can block them from getting to access code talker, there's not a whole lot they can do. They rely on their 2 traps, so again, it's very easy to see coming what Salamangreat is going to do. So I think that's what it is. I think people just know how to go against it. They've seen it so much.
You think it's just going to take time for people to realize what's the best way to stump Tri-Brigade?
Not necessarily. Artifact Lancia is pretty effective at stopping what Tri-Brigade wants to do.
Yeah.
So I think so many people probably sided for Drytron, thinking they were going to see that more than anything, that it allowed the versatility of Tri-Brigade to kind of step up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
Same thing with Virtual World. Virtual World and Salamangreat lose to Nibiru pretty easily.
Yeah.
Especially if you catch them at the right time, and then they just end their turn sometimes. Drytron is really the strongest deck that can play through negates as far as that's concerned. They can play right through Nibiru. Tri-Brigade can too, but it's a little bit harder for them. They rely on their 2 main monsters, and then of course their Tri-Brigade Revolt trap card to link summon on your turn. So I think once people side for Tri-Brigade more, I think we'll see it decrease. Mm-hmm. But if you side for Tri-Brigade, then Drytron's going to walk all over you. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how things change up. We've got a locals tournament tonight, so we'll see.
Hopefully that works out.
Yeah, we'll see how everyone is adjusting and what we're going to go up against.
Yeah, I'm mainly just going to see how Jared does. I know my deck's not going to do any good.
Well, what are you taking tonight?
Right now, I'm taking Infernoble Knights.
Okay.
While I'm still working on, I've decided to do Altergeist, but I'm still trying to build that. I don't have everything I need, so
Yeah, I think I'm going to rely. I think I'm definitely going to take Zombie World Elledge again.
Mm-hmm.
Zombie World is really just a killer at Tri Brigade because it turns all of their monster zombies in the graveyard and on the field.
Yeah.
So they can't use their trap card. I know Tri Brigade has a lot of spell and trap removal, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. And tonight will be kind of different than usual because we usually go on Wednesday nights. There's usually only like 8 or 9 people there. Saturday night's a little different, so we may actually see more than just the regular 2 or 3 zombie worlds. There may be majority of them that because a lot of people at our locals like to play that.
We have seen that in the past. Recently, no. I think I was the only one last week when we took
really?
it there. Yeah, I think I was the only zombie player. But
You know what? You're right because there was a lot of people that just got excited about Sky Striker coming back, and so there was probably 4 guys there playing strikers.
that's another reason why I'm thinking Zombie World because they can't go into access code when I've got Zombie World on the field, and
Yep.
Sky Striker has a really hard time closing matches out also.
Yeah. That is the big thing is I saw a lot of people talking about how Sky Striker was going to come back, it was going to destroy, and we just really haven't seen it.
We'll see. I mean, at least on my matchups, because Sky Striker has a searchable spell and trap removal.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see how it does. I haven't gone up against the new ones yet with Zombie World. So, I think your Infernoble Knight has. I think it's underrated. Personally, I'm not a master when it comes to Infernoble Knight stuff. I mean, I think the main problem you have is just playing through negation. Correct?
Yeah.
How would you?
I mean, that's the deck's biggest problem is playing through the negations. I mean, because it is just a big combo deck. I never thought it was going to be good. I just wanted to play it because it was cool.
Well, yeah, that's why I picked up zombies. Yeah.
Yeah, but zombies is actually effective and it's cool.
It has a good matchup because it changes everything to zombies.
Well,
so
and I mean,
different.
you could do so many different variants of zombies, and it'd still work.
So right now I'm playing more of a control style with traps also, which is basically the bane of your Infernoble Knight's existence.
Yep.
Plus, once your guys become zombies, you better hope you don't go up against me. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, and that's another reason why I've kind of switched into wanting to do Altergeist, because a lot of the decks we see at our locals are combo decks. And so decks like, your trap variant of zombies, Altergeist, even Unchained, are able to kind of work around that a lot. That's why usually you see zombies in the top 2 or 3 for the most part.
Here or there.
I mean, you may have just top locals, but you've gotten pretty close before.
I have.
So you're usually in the top few.
But I think what that is kind of the same thing I said about Tri Brigade, is everybody is siding for the bigger decks like Tri Brigade, Drytron, stuff like that. They're not prepared for Zombie World.
Fair enough.
Any of the main decks that are maining spell and trap removal, I'm going to have a tough time with also, unless like right now I'm siding an anti-spell fragrance for that exact reason, because Cosmic Cyclone and Twin Twister, Lightning Storm, everybody's playing those. So going first, that's what I'll do, and I think that I had some luck with that before, so I'm going to try that again and see how it goes with this meta and go from there. For your Infernoble Knights, what are you going to side in to deal with these other decks?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't even been able to think of that. Probably the same I did last time. I don't even remember what that was. I got to go through my stuff.
Well, here we go. You've got... I know you sided in Artifact Lancia, and I know that was important.
Yeah.
You had Nibiru, if I recall, too. So with Drytron, Salaman, great. Nibiru's not going to do anything to Sky Striker, so we'll see how much we deal with that. Nibiru is not going to stop me from Zombie World either. I do not summon that much in a turn. Virtual World, I suspect we'll see a lot of that. So
yeah, I'm still kind of a noob to this, so you'll see a lot of Jared mainly Jared, not really Cody, kind of teaching me certain things.
Well, and that's the goal for our channel too. We want to take our game to the next step.
Yeah.
So we want to have a lot of fun doing it. We figured this was actually the best way to learn in the community. So We would like
Yep.
everybody to comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Any help would be appreciated.
Yeah, any advice on how to build certain decks, different strategies, literally anything you can send our way, please do.
And with that, I think that's going to be a good enough video.
Yeah, I think, just we'll have longer content in the future. We just kind of wanted to do a short video for now. So please like, comment, subscribe. We have Facebook, The Nerd Cave. Twitter, also The Nerd Cave. We're The Nerd Cave on all social media platforms except for Instagram. So, yeah.
And as always, thanks for tuning into the standby phase. We'll see you next time.